Yes, you're in my bedroom. No, I do not feel comfortable with you being in here. It's even a little weirder because it is guys' weekend and it is only me and my 5-year-old boy, and my wife isn't here. So I brought you to the bedroom to show you something that she didn't want to try that I did. Don't worry, it's not weird. It is the Chilipad. I always run hot. She always runs cold. There's actually a weighted gravity blanket there that this dog is sleeping on. Is the Chilipad any good? I've got guys weekend to try it out. Keep on watching our honest review to find out more. Now, our bedroom is not always arranged this way. As I said in the intro, it is guys' weekend and me and my son are just hanging out while my daughter and my wife are doing their thing for the weekend. And this is usually the blanket she sleeps with, which is a gravity blanket. I usually sleep with this really lightweight comforter because I always run hot. I've tried everything. I've tried the cooling blankets. I've tried all that kind of stuff that supposedly makes it feel cooler. Does not work for me. I wanted to try the Chilipad. She did not want to. She's like, we have enough technology in our house can change colors and blah, blah. Everything's voice controlled. I mean, you have that guy right there. I won't say the name. So is this any good? I've got a couple nights to try it out without her around, so I thought I would. So our bedroom even usually looks a lot nicer than this. She makes the bed a lot better than I do. This is literally just the sheet and the comforter. I will say, this is the best/worst gift I ever gave my wife because she sleeps with that and I sleep with this, and that's it. And then the dog sleeps next to me. So she loves it, keeps me far away from it because I run hot and she just, my son also just got a weighted blanket. I'll put a review of that here very shortly, but let's take this bad boy apart and see how it goes. All right, let's see how this goes. It's the Chilipad. It says me, just for you. Check with quality assurance. Let's try it out. See how easy it is to put together. Welcome to the sleep of your dreams. And I don't know if you're like us, but we definitely have a lot of fighting happening over that little guy over there, the Nest thermostat at night. It says, what is Chili Cool Mesh? I'm hoping that if I get this working, she comes back, sees not a big deal. She actually just doesn't want to deal with like the wires and what happens when you change the sheets. And I get that, I understand that. It says, it's an innovative material that helps disperse the body heat more evenly. 33% more thermally efficient than our previous Chilipad. All right, so let's try it out. Welcome to the cool side of sleep. We've been waiting for you. It's cool as the other side of the pillow. So there's two pieces to this from my research online. There is the actual pad itself, which is what I'm assuming this is. And I just did some very, very quick research. I mean, next to none. And then here is the, sorry to bother you, dog. He got a haircut today and he's just a little sad. Welcome to the sleep of your dreams. So there might be some water in there. Here's the actual unit, which, oh, I didn't know this one heats too. My wife might actually like that. Unit must be filled with water before use. Do not immerse in water to fill. Read instruction manual for full instructions. That's what I shall do. I'm gonna try the cooler side because I am cool. And this does say, just so you know here, it says, condensation may occur under the cool mesh pad in some high humidity environments. I'm in Colorado. It's not a high humidity environment whatsoever. Protect your investments. We suggest using a waterproof mattress protector between the cool mesh pad and the mattress. Inspect the cool mesh pad monthly and launder as necessary. Take that off. And this is the comfy side. I'm gonna just go for the cooler side. Go big or go home is what I say. So I know from looking at this, there is these little tubes that connect here. Yes, there are, right here. Cool. So that goes, I know, on that side. I hate fitted sheets. I'm so bad at doing them in general. And on top of that, not only do we have a gravity blanket, but this is actually the gravity ice mattress. And this is an adjustable bed too. So got the whole sleep setup here. You can feel a little bit of the action going on here, not terrible. I definitely need to probably scoop this thing up a bit here. So here's where the tubes connect, up here. And then here's where the tubes connect up here. Also got some nice straps here you can see go underneath there in between the mattress pad. But these are actually the channels that the water goes through, helps keep you cool. Those little tube connectors there, so let's keep going. And my always biggest concern with this was just that it's gonna be a pain in the butt to maintain, and I totally get it, but once again, that's why I'm doing this, why she's not here. See, it snaps in there nice and good. Should snap in there nice and good, just like that. Pretty cool. And then goes right down. Cool. Now, this may actually be a little bit of an issue here that I didn't think about, is just how to plug this in. You know, some people are probably worried a little bit about noise with this bad boy here. I wouldn't, because we actually sleep with a white noise machine. Just because, you know, live in a house with kids, they're noisy, and yeah, I just like to make sure we stay asleep. Just to be honest with you here. All right, so this bad boy probably goes, I know it goes in like so. Snaps in like that. Beautiful. You can see here's the machine down here. Yep, perfect. Water must be filled before use. And then read manual for complete instructions. Of course, I don't have a manual. Plug in. This is where the water goes in here. This reservoir right here. Okay, so I've just started to set this up here. I had to stop and look at the instructions here real quick, but a couple of things just to point out. I would recommend that you put a towel or something on the first time you fill this up, just until you get used to how much you need to get in there. This water is from me just spilling over the edge and not knowing exactly what I'm doing. Also, looking through the instructions, it says that I should install the top tube that's up here towards the head of the bed at the feet, because the bed is adjustable, and that makes sense. You don't want it going up or down. But I just started running it here for a couple minutes. I haven't really felt it being cool yet, but you know, I've only had it up and running for about 5-10 minutes here. Obviously, this is not the final place it's going to go. It's not loud at all. I'm actually really surprised that it's not loud, but check this out. So this is the sound of this, but we usually have a white noise machine, and here's how it sounds. I mean, it's like twice as loud as the white noise machine, and our air conditioning is even louder than that. So listen, let me turn on the air conditioning real quick, you'll hear it. Gotta make sure I'm not doing noise cancellation on the video editing, but listen to how loud our AC is on top of that. You get a lot of noise in this room, and that's by far the most quiet of any of them. It's barely loud, barely even noticeable. If the white noise is off and the AC is on, you're not gonna hear this whatsoever. It's hitting 57, I have it set to low. I just wanna see if I can start feeling this cool down a little bit. I haven't felt it quite yet, but it may take some time. I'll keep messing around with it and let you know what happens. All right, once again, welcome to my bed in one of the most awkward videos I've ever shot. It's been a couple months since I first got the Chilisleep, and I'll first report that my wife didn't even notice this is on here. It took a couple days. I didn't say anything, but she didn't notice it was on here. She changed the sheets and said it was super easy. That was her biggest concern. And she just thought there was gonna be a bunch of wires. Now, I'm laying down here with the setup that I usually sleep with. I sleep with a little comforter right here, and then a Hush weighted blanket. It's supposed to be a cooling weighted blanket, but any weighted blanket that is heavy is gonna make you sweaty. I mean, just honestly, it's gonna make you sweaty. So the actual Chilipad device, the Cube cooler, is right down here. It's underneath here. Now, a couple of things that I was wondering, besides would my wife notice, and the good thing is she approves, and she loves that we can make the thermostat higher. We don't have it so cold up here so I don't sweat. She loves that. She still uses her own weighted blanket here by herself. I use my own weighted blanket. Not good for the relationship, but good for the relationship because she sleeps better and I sleep better. I had to stop using this weighted blanket actually because I'd wake up just super sweaty. But with the Chilipad, I have it turned on full blast. You see here, I have it turned on to low. And with the weighted blanket, I can fall asleep exactly like this, and I barely move at all every single night. It is so comfortable. It is so nice, and I love it. My wife loves it because, once again, she doesn't have to have the thermostat so cold to keep me cool, and she's pretty warm with her own weighted blanket over here. But one thing I was really curious about was they have what's called microtubing on the actual device. They say one side is meant to be extra cool and one side is meant to be extra comfortable. And I have it on the side that's meant to be extra cool. And, you know, as I'm rubbing my hand like down here, you know, like I can feel it. I don't think you can probably see it on camera. There's like, here's one right here. But as you're laying down, I can't tell you where one of these is. You can feel it, like once again, rubbing your hands up and down and feeling. But laying down, you can't feel where these microtubes are whatsoever. I think I said this when I was assembling it, but if you have an adjustable bed like this one, make sure you put the connecting tube to the Chilipad at the bottom. I bought the half king, so it's half the size of this bed. Each one of these cube units will power one mat, and you can get different size mats and stuff. So like full size king, half king. I would recommend actually, if you're gonna do this, to do half and half. And they also have the Cube. They have the Uller cooler, the Uller sleep system, whatever it's called. And now they have the new Dock Pro. All the other ones connect to app. The Uller connects through Bluetooth. The Dock Pro connects through Wi-Fi. And it allows you to do some more things and track. But you know, if money is your biggest issue, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this Cube sleep system. I love it. After having it, like, I thought, man, am I gonna like these microtubes down here? Is it actually gonna keep me cool? And the truth is, yeah, it keeps me really cool. And my wife doesn't notice. It's on right now. I can hear it because I don't have our white noise on or the air conditioning on because I'm shooting this video. You can barely hear it. It's like half or a quarter as loud as a white noise machine. But only other tip I'd give you about this is make sure when you refill it or when you fill it for the first time, like put a towel underneath it because it's really easy to overflow in the reservoir. I've only had to refill it like once or twice in the month or so that I've had it. So just kind of keep an eye on it. It lasts a long time. And frankly, especially if you're worried about saving money from air conditioning and saving money on this is way cheaper to run this than it is to heat this entire floor for our AC. It does get hot. We're on the second floor up here. But man, I debated getting a Chilisleep chili system for like years, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that it is quiet enough and not obtrusive enough that my wife doesn't even notice. She honestly just thought it was gonna be a big giant mess. She's actually had another girls' weekend. That's why I'm shooting this video in bed, which is just so awkward for me. I don't know why, but I feel like it's the best place to shoot this, to give you the honest truth. But I love this. My wife loves it. The only one that doesn't love it is me and my dog. He's over there sleeping in a corner. He doesn't like it cold. He finds the fluffiest spot, but you know what? This is awesome. And frankly, if you want to save money, I'm not here to sell you anything, but you can get the cheaper system. I honestly don't know why you'd want to get the other system. One thing that Chilisleep does have that is unique is they do have a Chilisleep weighted blanket, which I would be interested in trying. And here's why. It's because, you know, if you start a weighted blanket and you sleep hot, you're gonna end up being hot, no matter what. The Chilisleep Chilipad that's down here and the weighted blanket, you'll be good. But if you were to, you can also buy the Chili blanket, which connects to the same system, and it will cool you without the pad. I'm not sure if I would like that as much, but you can always try it. They've got a great return policy and see if you like it. Each one of these units, the Cube system and the Uller system, does only power one thing at a time. So one mat or one blanket. Having both the blanket and the mat would be way too much. The mattress top cover would be way too much, but you can switch them out. I would recommend probably getting a weighted blanket and then the pad. There's all sorts of studies that are done about weighted blankets and how beneficial they are to your sleep and anxiety and keeping you still and all that kind of stuff. So you can check out that. We've done a full review of gravity blankets. This is actually a Hush blanket. It's a Hush iced blanket, which is good. I thought I would use it, but I haven't used it in a couple years because, once again, I've been sleeping so hot. So do you have any questions or comments about our Chilisleep review? Please let us know below. You know, there's all kinds of great products that are out there that, you know, I just don't know if they're going to work. I used to honestly wake up in a giant sweat sometimes, especially with a dog that cuddles me. And now I can't tell you any time I've ever woken up in a sweat since I've been trying out the Chilipad, except for one time. For some reason I forgot to turn on. Oh yeah, let me tell you one more thing. One thing I don't care for that I would love on the other one. It's not a deal breaker, but it's the remote. I haven't played around with it too much, that you can set times and alarms and stuff like that, but I wish it would automatically turn off and turn on at a certain time. That's probably the only thing I don't care about for this system. Turn on, turn off. I wish it'd do that on a timer. The other ones do that because they sync with the app. That's the only thing I don't like. I thought I wouldn't like the tubes. I thought my wife wouldn't like the overall lookout, but that's the only thing. So as long as you don't mind having another remote in your bedroom, you should be fine. But you have a lot of choices, even from Chilisleep on this. You have the 3 different units. Go with the cheaper one. It's going to give you, hopefully exactly everything you need, and it's quite enough. Other ones have more technology, sure, but if you want to save some money and don't need the latest and greatest, get this one. But if you have any questions or comments about this, let us know in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Make sure you hit subscribe. We're always doing videos of products that we are curious about, and if you're curious about them too, like we are, we just go and try them. And that's how we started this whole website, just because people wanted to know, hey, what's this Tovala oven, or what's this electric bike, or what's that Mizzen and Main shirt that you're wearing. Yeah, I usually don't wear Henleys to bed, just easy to clip the microphone on. But anyway, I hope to see you guys again real soon. Definitely not in here. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you guys soon.